Do you like any of his songs? When I was a kid, I liked the song Run It from him. But I think that was the only Chris Brown song I ever really liked. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. I thought it was a great ending for the most part. A couple shortcomings, but overall I was pretty satisfied with the Attack on Titan conclusion. React to Chris Brown. I hate Chris Brown. I can't stand him. I recently just said this too. When we were covering P. Diddy on Red Thread, I was talking about how Chris Brown is like an evil person that people still support no matter what. And if you bring it up, you get dogpiled for it. It's crazy. Thanks for your sub, Hale. Thank you, sub, Edgar. I'm Alex. What do you mean, no way? Go on Twitter right now, make a post reminding people that Chris Brown beat Rihanna within an inch of her life as well as beat other women, and you will have tons of women finding your tweet just to tell you that he's changed, he's moved on, or you're just trying to stir up drama for clout. Do it right now, you'll see. He has an entire free PR team on Twitter. It's crazy. Dude just beats the shit out of women, and they still support the shit out of him. I honestly didn't know he still had a decent following. He's huge. He's so big right now. And he, like, even after, like, right after he beat the shit out of Rihanna, Chris Brown fans were forgiving him. Thanks for your sub, Ace. And no, I haven't read that, Diego. You guys might not remember this, but there was a news anchor who reported on it, and he got dogpiled by Chris Brown fans and then issued this apology. I don't remember who it was, so this should come up. Here it is.
Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Greg. Before we begin, I want to take a minute to talk about something that happened Tuesday night. Around 8 o'clock here on the East Coast, R&B singer Chris Brown tweeted, "No more planking for me unless it's on a sexy lady, LOL." So I saw this tweet, and I retweeted it, adding, "You spelled punching wrong." Obviously a reference to the fact that Brown was arrested in 2009 for assaulting his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. But now, in the light of day, I'd like to apologize to Chris Brown and to his fans who are known as Team Breezy. To Mr. Brown, I apologize for referencing the fact that you beat the crap out of Rihanna. It was disrespectful of me to draw attention to the fact that...
Keep in mind, this is 12 years ago.
And further, it was not my place to make people
remember and he still had supporters.
With your fists, leaving her with multiple facial contusions, a bloody nose, and a split lip. I know that now. I also appreciate the fact that you tweeted me, letting me know that children conduct themselves better than I do. You are correct, and I can only hope to one day mature to the point where I can conduct myself in a more adult manner, possibly by throwing a chair out of a window and storming out of a building with my shirt off. I ask only for your patience. To Team Breezy, I would like to also say that I'm sorry, and thank you for your thousands of tweets, which taught me a lot about the creative possibilities of spelling, grammar, and syntax. Possibilities I never even imagined before last night. In particular, I'd like to thank the female members of Team Breezy, who have taught me that as long as you can sing, you can beat the living hell out of a woman, and other women will still love you.
Yep.
And lastly,
Nothing
I apologize
changed.
to everyone for using Twitter to subtly address the fact that I think it's disgusting that a guy who put his girlfriend in the hospital can, a mere 2 years later, be warmly welcomed back into society and appear on shows such as Saturday Night Live as if everything he did magically never happened. It won't happen again.
This was 12 years ago, and he only has more fans now. It's craziness. Just stop hating because he's out-rizzing you. Yeah, true. You made it sound like it was a real apology. Oh, I know. Yeah, no, I know. I was just kidding. I still think that's like one of the best news anchor moments. That shit, he went so hard on that. I thought he did a great job. The fans try so hard to pretend it didn't even happen. I don't see that. When people are defending Chris Brown, which is like the majority of people now for some reason, I guess, on Twitter, they don't try and pretend it didn't happen. They just pretend that it happened so long ago that you're the bad guy for bringing it up. When you mention the Rihanna thing, but if you mention like the other women that he beat over the last few years, that they just pretend is a bunch of baloney. And I don't know if I'd do more albums for Moistcr1tikal Rabbit. I haven't decided. Thanks for the gift, Subwired. Yeah, I made a couple videos on that, Sean, over the years. Thanks, membership, Saint Nick. I didn't see the new Ghostbusters. Thanks, resub Sarah. r/Chris Brown has some crazy takes. He has his own subreddit? Wait. I figured they wouldn't be Redditors. I kind of want to see that now. Hold on. Oh, it's a very small subreddit. He's also engaged in this rap beef right now, so he's a little more on, like, the mainstream consciousness. Thanks, resub Tango. I don't know if that's weird or not, Obese. I have not read the comics hip. I just watched the show. There's not really takes on the Chris Brown subreddit. It's just literally foaming at the mouth for him. Yeah, we'll watch the Destiny thing in a moment. Have you seen Chris Brown's apology video he made after he beat Rihanna? It's still on YouTube. I don't remember. It's been so long. He made a YouTube apology? Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown. Since February, my attorney has advised me not to speak out, even though ever since the incident I wanted to publicly express my deepest regret and accept full responsibility. Although I would do some interviews and answer some questions in the future, I felt it was time that you heard directly from me that I am sorry. I have tried to live my life in a way which can make those around me proud of me, and until recently, I think I was doing a pretty good job. I wish I had the chance to live those few moments again, but unfortunately I can't. I cannot go into what happened, and most importantly, I'm not going to sit here and make any excuses. I take great pride in me being able to exercise self-control, and what I did was inexcusable. I am very sad and very ashamed of what I've done. My mother and my spiritual teachers have taught me way better than that.
Spiritual teachers?
I have told Rihanna countless times that I'm telling...
Fuck is a spiritual teacher? This guy's studying like Doctor Strange or something? Thanks, the membership king. Thanks, the resub. Like his church? Why would his church be the one advising him after beating a woman? He means Baba Vanga. This was Baba Vanga's prediction. He went to Jesus for PR advice. But yeah, he's reading the teleprompter pretty well. I mean, he seems genuine.
I'm telling you today that I'm truly, truly sorry, and that I wasn't able to handle the situation both.
And yeah, I've seen that boob.
I recognize that I've truly been blessed. I've been blessed with a wonderful family, wonderful friends and fans.
Thanks, resub Juby.
God has been generous in giving me the ability which has brought me fame and fortune. I've done a lot of soul searching, and over the past several months, I've talked with my minister and my mother, and I spent a lot of time trying to understand what happened and why.
Hey, good luck, Fart. Hope you have a good time.
I've let a lot of people down, and I realize that, and no one is more disappointed in me than I am. As many of you know, I grew up in a home where there was domestic violence, and I saw firsthand what uncontrolled rage could do. I have sought and I'm continuing to seek help to ensure that what occurred in February can never happen again. And
damn, fast forward 14 years, it happened a couple times. Unsuccessful. The spiritual teachers weren't enough.
As I sit here today, I can tell you that I will do everything in my power to make sure that it never happens again, and I promise that. What I did was unacceptable, 100%. I can only ask and pray that you forgive me, please. I hope that others learn from my mistake. I intend to live my life so that I'm truly worthy of the term role model. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it worked out for you. He's doing super, super well. Real shame. Real fucking shame. Hate to see that. Thanks, Andy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sullivan. Well, hopefully it works out for the best. Let's go, man. Be alright. Is it true Rihanna forgave him? Probably. Out of fear for her own safety. If she didn't, Chris Brown would be fucking sneaking in through the window at some point, beat her again, most likely. This guy's a menace. This guy is legitimately a fucking degenerate. Or if she forgave him, it's probably because of PR, since he's still super popular. It'd be bad if they were, like, publicly feuding. I don't think I've seen that account, Anna. And no, I probably won't replay all Metal Gear Solids, but I'm going to play Snake Eater when it comes out, the remake. Thanks to Prime Jam. Tough to say, Andy. Thanks a 5. Give subs, Extreme. Appreciate that, man. Thanks, membership, Tux. Hey, no worries, Trickster. Hope everything's alright. The context of the situation is the reason why most people don't hate him. What do you mean, most people? Any sensible person is going to dislike Chris Brown. You talking about the context of the situation for why he beat the shit out of Rihanna? What's the context, actually? Here, before I look up the real story, what do you think the context is, Raz? I'd love to hear the excuse for beating the shit out of women. I did see that Alec Baldwin video earlier. Oh, Stranglehold is such a good game. I loved that game. One of those games that I will say was ahead of its time. They were arguing about something and Rihanna threw something at him and he snapped. You know what she threw at him? Before I say it, I want to make sure I got this correct. Because you're right, they were arguing, and if I remember correctly, she threw a very small object. And he responded by beating the fuck out of her. Thanks for resub overflow. Not really an excuse. Where's the item she threw? It also wasn't the first time either. In 2008, apparently, he shoved her into a wall after another argument went south. Where the fuck was the object? Thanks to tier 1, Kudo. She threw a phone and just said, "I hate you." And from what I can see in this write-up from back then, the phone didn't strike Brown or anything. She threw a phone and said, "I hate you," and then he beat the fuck out of her. What an excuse. Yeah, that context really makes it easy to forgive Chris Brown. And what about the other women he's beat since then? Did they throw phones too? Is that just his trigger? No, people legitimately defend Chris Brown all the time. All the time. Thanks, Extreme. Appreciate that. I'm not exaggerating. He has so many defenders and dick suckers, it's crazy. For free, yeah. It's wild. I don't get it. I really don't. Well, Rihanna had it coming, actually. She did throw a phone. I mean, it only makes sense that he would hospitalize her for that. Anyway, you see his newest track? He's involved in the beef now, and he's doing so great. With the Rihanna aftermath photos being public, too, is insane. I know, it's all right there. You can easily see the level of brutality. Thanks to Prime Ito. I know, I just heard about that Ninja. I'm gonna have to watch that later, about the Jubilee stuff. Probably not TWS. We'll see. If there's other games coming out from them, I'll do it, though. Do you like any of his songs? When I was a kid, I liked the song Run It from him. But I think that was the only Chris Brown song I ever really liked. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. I'm not sure Dead City just vanished. And thanks to the resub AC.